It's common that we cannot make up our mind sometimes. Let's say there are two men are pursuing me at the same time. That's every lady's dream. They're both wonderful in different ways. I cannot make a decision which one to pick. Look like I'm attracted to both of their different merits at the same time. However, the deep reason is that I don't know what I really want in my life. I don't know my own set of values. You may not know that indecisive wastes a great deal of our energy. Karen Horney, in her book, Our Inner Conflicts, she says that when a person is basically divided, he can never put his energies wholeheartedly into anything but wants always to pursue two or more incompatible goals. In my case, I wanted to reach the goal of having two men I like both in my life, which is impossible. This means that he will either scatter his energies or actively frustrate his efforts. It's very interesting. Sometimes we're aware of our indecisiveness, sometimes we're unconscious of that. Let's look at the first example. I'm conscious of that. Let's say I have been a very loyal advocate for my local animal shelter, but one of the staff yelled at me yesterday for no reason. Now I'm not sure if I will still support the cause or not. For unconscious ones, sometimes we consider changing our jobs since we dislike what we're doing. Sometimes we ponder over getting a divorce since we're very unhappy in our marriages. This kind of thinking, considering, pondering are actually the way how we unconsciously avoid obvious wavering by not making up our minds in the first place. When we sit on the fence, we leave every alternative open. We may rationalize such an attitude by pointing out to the actual intricacies of the situation. I'm really challenged financially at this moment, so I cannot change my job now. All my kids are so young, so I have to stay in the marriage. These are the pseudo-objectivity which prevents a person from recognizing the essential issue in any matter. One of the main reasons for our inability to make a definite stand is that we rarely take a stand in accordance with the objective merits of a person, idea, or cause, but rather on the basis of our own emotional needs. So one position can be easily exchanged for another. The difficulty encountered in writing may turn my enthusiasm into listlessness. My view of the animal shelter might be changed because of personal resentment. The anxiety aroused by the possible job changing or divorce makes me trying to avoid any decision regarding this issue. In real life, we see someone treat us hot in a minute and cold in another minute. That's because that person cannot commit him or herself to a feeling, like or dislike, or opinion about another person without arriving at any conviction of his own, because take any clear position requires commitment. Another reason for indecisiveness is that one takes no clear position in his mind. At best, register the good, the bad, the valid, the invalid, without arriving at any conviction of his own, because taking any clear position requires commitment. Here, I need to point out two phenomena that are easily get confused. The first is that we see someone are very opinionated. Does it mean that they are very good at making up their mind? No. They do that not because of their genuine conviction, but for the drive of domination and recognition. The second, some people show a single-mindedness of purpose. Men may sacrifice everything, including their dignity, to their ambition. Women may want nothing out of life except for love. Parents may devote their whole interest to their children. They're actually pursuing a mirage which offers a solution to their conflicts. The wholeheartedness is one of desperation rather than of integration. So in order to be less indecisive, we need to know ourselves, including our values, beliefs, ambitions, boundaries, identities, fears, vulnerabilities, inhibitions, wishes, and what we accept and reject in us. What we accept and reject in us, which will be reflected in what we consider our shortcomings and faults. It's also very helpful to be conscious of our emotions at certain moments, especially when we face conflicts. When we argue, it's not the rational mind that is trying to reason, it's our emotion trying to defend us. It's the anger, the resentment, the guilt, the fear that are talking. So it's very important to be conscious. So after watching this video, maybe you can practice watching your thoughts and emotions. What am I feeling now? What caused that? So the better we know ourselves, the less indecisive we will become. And the more energy can be saved to be used in other positive ways for ourselves. I'll put a link for this book below for people who want to learn about psychology. See you next time. Bye-bye.